everyone, this is Dawn. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make this poinsettia card using supplies from close to my heart. I'm going to use the Comfort Joy scrapbooking stamp and thin cut set and the seasonal borders stamp set along with some papers from Comfort Joy. So let's get started. I'm going to be using the new Scarlet and Evergreen glitter papers to create my poinsettia, and I'm using the dies from this set. So I'm going to run them through my Big Shot. I'm doing both the larger, more open-petaled poinsettia and the slimmer leaf poinsettia. I'm going to cut those out in Scarlet. And that will form my flower. And then I'm going to use the slimmer petal flower and cut that out in Evergreen, and that will form the leaves for my poinsettia. So I'm going to cut a couple because I'm not sure how many I'm going to need to create my flower. So I'm going to cut them out so I have them. And then I'm going to get my Big Shot out of the way, and I'm going to do a little stamping. So I'm going to flip my Versamat over so I can stamp on the soft side, and I've got some black cardstock, and I'm going to emboss these images in gold embossing powder. So I'm going to hit the black cardstock with some anti-static powder, and I'm going to stamp in Versamark ink. So I'm going to do a whole bunch of these, just so I have them. I'm only going to use 3 of them on my card front, but I like to, when I emboss, I like to do a whole bunch of them just so that I have them for future cards. And I'm going to be making a whole bunch of cards using these images with the workshop that I've created. So I'm stamping everything in Versamark, and then I'm going to sprinkle gold embossing powder over everything and then tap it off into a coffee filter. Just make sure I have everything completely coated. And then I just funnel the excess powder back into the jar. Okay, so I'm going to speed this up really quick because I'm going to heat it with my heat tool. And you can watch the embossing powder melt. It's like magic. It's so cool. I love the way it pops on this black cardstock. Okay. So now I'm going to bring my Big Shot back in and die cut all of these. So I'll show you. I'll run a couple of them through and then I'll skip ahead because it's the same process for all of them. So we'll run that through and then we'll get these little guys out. They're so pretty for an added touch to your card front. Okay, now we're ready to assemble. So I have all my parts here, and I'm going to do a side fold A2 size card. So I've got some New England ivy, cut it 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and then a piece of vanilla cardstock. So I'm going to use my black shimmer brush, and I'm going to do some splatters. So you just squeeze it out so you have a little puddle, and then just tap it out onto your panel that you want to splatter. So I did a whole bunch of them, but I'm skipping ahead because we're just going to do this one card for now. So I'm going to start assembling here, and I'm just going to glue the New England ivy direct to my card front. And then I will add the other components. I've got a piece of the plaid Comfort and Joy. I'll place that at the bottom. So all of these cut dimensions, if you sign up to be a Close to My Heart VIP during the month of October, I will send you 3 pre-cut, pre-stamped cards And there's a variety in the collection, so you may not get this one, you might get a different one. And I will send you 3 different cards that are pre-cut, pre-stamped, and all you need to do is add adhesive. And then I will send you a packet of all of the workshop cuts with all the dimensions and supplies that you need to create 64 Christmas cards using Comfort and Joy pattern papers and these stamp sets. So you can go to my website and sign up to be a VIP. I will put the link in the description below. And everyone who signs up in October will receive these as a gift from me. Okay, so now what I'm doing is taking some of this gold embossing thread, gold embroidery thread, excuse me, and I'm wrapping it around this piece of Comfort and Joy, and I'm tacking it down with glue dots just to control it before I add it to my card front. So I'm just going to glue that direct. To my card front there. And then I'm going to stamp on this piece of scarlet cardstock. And I'm using the Merry Christmas sentiment from Seasonal Borders. And I'm stamping that in black ink. And then I'm going to create kind of a banner. So the easy way to do that is to snip in the middle and then take each corner to that snip. And it creates your little banner shape. And then I'm going to add that to my card front. And I'm just gluing all of these pieces direct because the flower is going to add a lot of dimension. So I'm going to keep everything down in the other areas. And so now I'm taking my poinsettia shapes and I'm just attaching them to each other using glue dots, and I'm just staggering the petals and layering them. And then I'll add the leaves, and then I'm going to attach everything with a bunch of glue dots to my card front. Just kind of fuss with them, make sure they're right before I put them down on my card front. And then I'm going to take my bone folder and kind of bend the leaves up around the bone folder to kind of give them a little more dimension and more organic shape. So I'm just kind of bending them around until I like the way that it looks. And just fussing around with them a little bit. This glitter paper is awesome, and you can really manipulate it into different shapes. And I'm going to take some of these berries and leaves that I gold embossed, and then I'm going to glue those down. I'll just tuck them underneath everything and glue them to my card front. And get that in there. And then the last step is to add some sparkles to the center of my flower. So I'm using the regular sized sparkles and the bitty sparkles, and I'm just going to put a whole bunch of them right in the middle there. I probably shouldn't have bothered using a tool. Sometimes it's just easier to slide them off of the carrier sheet and place them where you want them. Try a different tool. And ultimately I just start using my fingers because the tool isn't cooperating with me. But they are self-adhesive, so once you get them down, they'll stay put. And I'm just pressing them into place there. Okay, so there's my finished card. And here are a couple close-ups. So all of these supplies are available in my online store, and I will make a list of everything with links below. And then I'll have a picture in a couple seconds of the full workshop that you can receive cut instructions for if you become a CTMH VIP. I appreciate you watching my video today. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button, and thanks for watching.